Hey guys, Jeremy here from School of Wok Covent Garden. Now this series is all about tofu. One of those things that perhaps some people don't like or say they don't like, but for me, it's actually not knowing how to cook with it or deal with it. We're working with Tofu, brilliant brand, great friends of ours, and this series is all about how to use tofu properly. This week's Saturday special is about smoked tofu, and what I love about tofu is all the different types of products that they do. They've done half the work for you. Great flavour from the smoked tofu. We're going to make a really simple smoked tofu gyoza. So I've got loads of finely chopped ingredients here. We always start with a base of ginger, garlic and spring onion. I've added in a bit of finely chopped coriander, some Chinese leaf and some shiitake mushrooms. The shiitake mushrooms, they're dry shiitake mushrooms that we've soaked overnight. It soaks in all of the flavour of the sauces and the seasoning. On top of that, we've got our smoked tofu from Tofu and some panko breadcrumbs just to help soak up even more of that flavour and fill out the gaps. Let's get cooking. So this smoked tofu has a really great sort of savoury, smoky flavour to it. Of course, I'm going to crumble this or finely chop it into the filling. So you don't have to be too delicate with it. You can smell the smokiness straight away. You could, of course, just sort of slice this thickly and pan fry it. Use it in different ways, but I really like this for a filling. Now, with this type of tofu, you don't really need to press it or anything like that. Now I've actually got the panko breadcrumbs in there to sort of almost soak up any excess moisture so it doesn't sort of leak out into the dumpling pastries. So now we're going to sort of add all the rest of the ingredients, all my fresh ingredients here. So I've got my Chinese leaf and coriander. Shiitake mushrooms goes really well with tofu. Panko breadcrumbs to fill out the gaps. Garlic and ginger, finely chopped. Some spring onion. Those three ingredients, the main base of Chinese cooking. Pinch of pepper. Some salt. You don't need excessive amounts of seasoning for this because the tofu itself has quite a lot of flavour from that smokiness. Sesame oil really adds to it though. Get that sesame oil in there and then give that a good mix. So the salt kind of starts to draw out the moisture of the vegetables, but the panko breadcrumbs just soak up any extra flavour. That filling is ready to fill dumplings. So there's so many different ways of folding a dumpling, but I'm going to give you a very simple technique we like to call at School of Wok the angry frog. These pastries you can buy fresh or frozen in most Asian supermarkets. So take a teaspoon of your filling in the centre, and with ready-made pastries you need a little bit of water just to dab around the edge to help close. And what we do is we go centre to the centre like so and pinch that together. Once you're there, then you're going to point inwards from the side and then pinch the side closest to you. That's my first angry frog eye. And then point inwards and upwards from the other side. Symmetrical eyes. I've got a very angry frog looking at me right now. Once you've got your two eyes, then you're going to poke the angry frog in the eyes. From the centre, in, and again on the other side. And then I've got 4 folds that I'm going to close up. Just a little bit of water might help to close those up. Close the outside ones down and the inside in towards the centre. And you can see I've got now my nice gyoza shape, kind of like a half moon shape. So once you've made your dumplings, pop them on a plate. Now I'm actually going to half pan fry these, kind of like pot stickers, to get a nice crisp base on them, and then a little bit of water to steam them through. So when you're frying your gyoza, if you want that nice crisp base, what we do is we take a little bit of oil and just baste the pan with that oil. And I'm going to crisp it up first before I then add water, hot water from the kettle into my hot pan of oil. So it can be a little bit daunting, and that is what your lid's for. So make sure you use your lid as a shield, and when you pour water into the pan, no more than sort of a third to halfway up the dumplings of water, and cover it straight away. You'll see this as I'm going. The first things first, let's start to crisp up the base of those dumplings. So I've got my dumplings on a medium to high heat right now. They do catch quite quickly, so just check them sort of every 15 to 20 seconds. The first one that went in is going sort of crispy on the base, but it's not yet golden brown. Once it starts to brown, that's when I'm going to add my water. So you can see from my dumplings that the base is really nice and golden brown. At this point, shield ready, don't hesitate. Water in about third of the way up the pan, cover it with a lid, and you're safe. So what you're trying to do here is you're going to steam those dumplings through with that little bit of water. It's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes to cook. Most importantly, what you're trying to do is cook it to a point where all the water has been soaked up by the dumplings or evaporated out. Once that's pretty much all evaporated, I'm going to lift the lid and let them crisp up again. So whilst the dumplings are cooking away, I'm just going to make a quick dipping sauce with some chil chow chili oil and some light soy sauce. Really nice and simple that good mixed together. And we'll pour those over the dumplings. These dumplings now are getting to a point where most of that liquid has evaporated. So you can lift the lid, and I'm just going to hit the heat up to finish sort of evaporating that excess water. And then the last sort of 30 seconds to a minute, the dumplings will start to crisp up again. So this is the reason why in the US people call Tofu Gyoza pot stickers, because you're allowing them to sort of almost stick a little on the base before you finish them off. And they are moving around now, which is nice to see. And you can see on the bottom of one of my dumplings that it's nice and crispy on that base. Give them another 10-20 seconds and this whole pan of dumplings will be ready. Oh, getting excited for that smoked tofu. When you're serving your dumplings, I quite like to put a couple on the side, a couple face up, so you can see how crispy the base of those dumplings is. This could either be a dipping sauce on the side, or you can just dress those dumplings with the sauce. You know what, I'm just going to throw the whole lot in. It's a very, very quick and simple smoked tofu gyoza. That is delicious. The smoked tofu really stands out. Works great with the chili and the light soy sauce. Even if you're a meat eater, guaranteed you will love this recipe. If you like this recipe and you want to learn more, don't forget to follow this series on tofu and subscribe to our channel.